Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very impressed by the young people. Let me say this as an introduction. And thank you for the invitation. My name is Roland Bomberger, and one of my main scientific interests is alternative fuel, or so-called RDF, and the development of waste management systems. And in the next 15 minutes, I want to give you some scientific ideas about RDF and its role in the modern waste management. I would like to start with 3 ideas at the beginning. First, I'm not talking about waste today. Maybe you are surprised. I'm talking about energy and the way how to recover the energy in our waste with high efficiency. And there is a typical situation in many countries I don't understand. Here you see people fighting against incineration plant project. They should demonstrate, for example, they should demonstrate against against landfilling, which is definitely the worst solution for environment. And they should demonstrate for building incineration and recycling plants instead of landfills. The reason maybe is that human beings are not logical. If we compare landfilling and incineration in cement plants, we should ask 4 simple questions. First, is the solution safety for our health? Second, does it recover resources? Third, does it reduce climate gases? And fourth, will it be a problem to our grandchildren? And if you look at the answers from a scientific point, you will see a clear picture. High quality incineration is the better solution. And this is the answer of all waste scientists and experts. Incineration solves the main problems of landfilling and is therefore a main part of modern waste management systems, if recycling is not possible or does not make sense. What was my way to RDF? It always shows a historical development of the topic. You know, I'm a mining engineer. And 1991, I started in an Austrian waste management company, building up a research department. And I started with RDF 1997, with waste oil. And then with plastics. And everything was new. And at this time in Austria, everybody was against it. Then I developed one of the best-known RDF production plants with about 130,000 tons. It's called Ternary. It's directly in one of the most beautiful and touristic regions of Styria. One of the best wines is coming from there. And I built the RDF business from 0 to 300,000 tons per year. And I was doing the projects with many international companies in different countries, you can see here. And I made my PhD about RDF. And now I'm professor at the Universität. And RDF is still one of my scientific main interests. Now, I would like to ask 5 questions. And I will try to answer them very shortly from a scientific view. The first question, how did European waste management develop? You know, I'm really satisfied that the circular economy package was decided by the European Commission in 2018. It consists of changes in several European directives, like packaging directive, landfill directive, waste framework directive, so I don't have to tell you the main points. It is an ambitious and long-term path for waste management and recycling in the European Union. From my scientific point, I agree with this. It's a kind of resource efficiency package. What are the hard facts? We have to reach 75% of recycling of packaging waste. We have to reach 65% of recycling of municipal waste, and just 10% of all waste will be allowed to be landfilled. And there will be a landfill ban of separate collected waste, and the creative calculation methods for recycling rates will be harmonized. But where are we now? In the European Union and, for example, in my home country of Austria, who has a long way to go? Maybe we have already reached all targets and overfilled it. Let's see. We invented a new method to show dynamic development of regions, and we used the so-called Ternary diagram to show the waste management development. So the corner of this triangle is always 100%. So it's on the left side, it's 100% of landfilling. On the right side, 100% of incineration, and on the top, 100% of recycling. And every country can be positioned within this triangle. The position shows the percentage of landfilling, incineration, or recycling. Let me show an example. This is the average of European Union. It's about 25% of landfilling, 25% of incineration, and 50% of recycling. So every member of the European Union can be allocated in this diagram. And the recycling target of European Union from the circular economy package is the red line. So 65% of recycling and practically no landfilling. The next dimension we integrated was the waste volume. So the area of each country is proportional to the waste amount. So we can organize 3 groups of countries. On the one hand, countries mainly based on recycling and incineration, like the Scandinavians, Benelux, Germany, Austria. Second, the countries mainly based on landfilling, just a little bit of separate collection, but landfilling is the leading technology. And we have the transition countries, and these are the big ones, like Great Britain, France, Italy. They are on the way from landfilling to incineration and recycling. And the next dimension we integrated was the time. Please look at the dynamic development of the waste treatment. The red dots are Germany and Austria. Austria is the smaller one. We are starting in 1995. Most of the European countries are just landfilling. You see it on the left corner. Germany and Austria have reached a quite high recycling level even in 1995. And please look at the whole picture. It's like a film over the time. So, whoever claims that nothing moved in the European waste management is wrong. If we compare this with the initial situation in 1995 with today, we see the great differences. A group of countries, including Austria, Germany, have completely surrendered from landfill and replaced it with incineration with a high level of recycling. And some countries, they are on their way, but they have still a lot to do, like France, Italy, Poland, Spain. And a number of countries are still based on landfill, but they are countries with small quantities and they have little influence on the European average. So we see a clear development towards combustion and recycling. Go back to European Union. Is it realistic that the European Union is able to reach the 65% recycling rate in 2035? Some experts don't think so, but we just look at the track of the European average since 1990. Here is our target, and we are starting 1990. So between 1995 and 2005, we had much dynamics. It has slowed down. Yeah, what you can see, it's the way not recycling or incineration, it's recycling and incineration. But with today's dynamics, we cannot reach the target. Some big countries have to increase their speed. The big challenge are the landfill-based countries. They have a far way to go. From my point of view, the new targets are reachable if we really want. And if we superimpose the previous development of the European waste management development, we get a very dynamic picture of this development. And it shows us one thing very well. The logic way of European waste management is recycling and incineration. It's not a contradiction, it's a complement. My second question, what is the environmental advantage of RDF utilization in a cement plant? And there are 2 points I want to point out. It's about climate. We can reduce greenhouse gases significantly. Why? First, the substitution of fossil fuels. We need less coal in the industry. Second, the reduction of greenhouse gases in landfills. No more greenhouse gas production in landfill, which is a big amount. And third, RDF has a significant biogenic content. It's about 30 to 40%. This is climate neutral because it's biogenic material. The second advantage, it's recycling too. You may be surprised, but the incineration is partly recycling. The ashes become part of the product and substitute mineral resources. This is just about approximately 10%, but it could help to reach European recycling targets. And my institute is currently working on an international CEN standardization model to accept this co-processing recycling. My next question, what is the role of cement industry in future waste management systems? To understand the role of incineration and waste management, we should look at the whole system. From my point of view, advanced waste management for municipal solid waste looks like this. We have the separate collection for different recyclables. On the one hand, directly going to industry, on the other hand, via sorting plants. One big volume is the bio-waste. Most of the mixed material is directly going to great incinerators, state-of-the-art with treatment of ashes. Alternative to the municipal solid waste incineration is the MBT system, combined with co-combustion in industrial waste to energy or cement plants. And the landfill is our last sink. And where are the cement plants in this system? It's here. It is a part of the co-incineration, it's a part of the mechanical and mechanical biological treatment. So the cement industry is, as a co-processor, is an important element in a future waste management system. It is not able to solve all challenges, but it's part of the solution. And how did Austria succeed? Austria has improved the quantity of waste fuels very much in the last 25 years. It is accepted by the people, accepted by the authorities, accepted by the media. More than 550,000 tons of waste fuels are used, about 350,000 kind of plastic waste, but just 20% from municipal solid waste. So most of the waste fuel comes from commercial waste. And more than 80% of the energy needed in cement plants come from RDF. This is the highest rate in the world. If we look at the waste flows of mixed municipal waste, including light packaging waste, we can see that the mainstream is today, even in Austria, directly going to great incineration. Just a small stream goes via mechanical treatment to cement plants. We have the highest substitution rate of the world in Austria, but the contribution to the required incineration capacities of all municipal solid waste is about 15%. So, once more, highest substitution rate, but contribution to incineration just 15%. Co-incineration in Austrian cement industry is a part of the municipal solid waste solution. It's specialized in commercial waste with better quality. And my last question, Can a cement plant solve the challenges of a whole region for it alone? No. It's just a puzzle piece. But RDF in a cement plant from scientific point is very useful, environmentally beneficial, and it is a main part of a future waste management system. I would like to close with the words of the greatest waste management philosopher. He asked one of the fundamental questions. Do you know him? It's Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson, who addresses the essential question in waste management. Why must always I bring out the garbage? Thank you very much.